Hey y'all, I wanted to make one video that kind of had all the points I've been trying to make, and I've been reading up on the phone, so I think I've got a lot of great tips to show y'all. Some of them are going to be jelly beans, some of them are going to be my ADWX launcher, some are going to be the Note 2. It's kind of all combined, so really this video applies mostly to the Note 2. First thing I wanted to show y'all is I got my pouch from eBay, and it really surprised me because it was only $8. And you can put on your belt loop, or this is a real heavy duty, good snapping thing that you can hook onto your pants. It's really not that big, and it really fits in well. It just slides right in, perfect fit. And when you're trying to get it out, you just would take your thumb and push that and grip that. So, pretty cool. The other thing I wanted to show y'all, and I did mention it in my other videos, but I went ahead and I skinned the sides with some pinstriping that you would put on a truck. And the reason that I did that was I loved the phone, but I just felt that the chrome bezel, because it wasn't the brush chrome like in the SGS3, which would have been nice, it was just a boring flat chrome, and because this phone I think is thicker, it just was a little too chunky looking. So I went ahead and just took a piece of pinstriping and put it all around, took a razor and just cut the things. It came out really great. Another thing I want to mention, that after using this phone day in and day out, what really shocks me is it doesn't get mucked up like all the other screens. I've got no screen protector on it, and as you can see, I've been using it all morning, and I mean, it just doesn't get disgusting. But of course I have this in case I need it, but really I hardly ever have to clean it. And with the other one, all my other phones, I used to have to clean them 100 times a day because I never like to use screen protectors. Okay, so now I just wanted to touch on really quickly about a tip for y'all. If you are just learning your new phone and you want to start playing with all the different motion sensors, you're going to want to make sure that you have a good surface. Mine's a foam padding. But really, I think most dangerous time for a brand new phone is when you are learning that you can palm swipe and tilt and pan and do all these different things. That's the most likely time that it could possibly slip out of your hand. Now for me, what I've gone ahead and done right now, because I don't like cases, never did, never will. So I went ahead and I made it have a little grippier back. And the way I did that was I took an old infused back that I had never used, and I just took a hole puncher and punched some holes in it. Now it looks kind of cheesy, but you really can't see it. But what really, and I think I might get another cheap one and just put one of those, like if you see the scrapbooking tools, you can put little hole punches of hearts and diamonds and stars or whatever. So I might get one of those and kind of jazz it up, because the grip that it adds is just amazing. I mean, it's so slippery without it, but if you could see, whoops, well, that wasn't a good testimony for that. If you could see here, it just really, you can really hold it, and it's just non-slippery. So that's a pretty cool feature. Also wanted to show you that, speaking of slipping, I have found that if you have to press this button all the time to wake your phone, that's where sometimes you might drop it as well. So for me, I love capacitive touches. So for this, I have Smart On, and what that does is I just hold the proximity sensor, and then I can Smart On, and to shut off, I use Screen Off and Close. So that's what I do, because I don't like using hard press buttons. So I was going to just show you briefly how I have mine set up. I like a really bare look. So what I found was I did full, this is the ADWX launcher. It isn't working perfect. It does crash from time to time. Something to do, I think, with the photos sometimes. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but I just love it so much that I'm not giving it up unless it becomes unusable. So what I've done is I've put 7 folders. If you put more than 7, then this is going to slide. If you just have 7, it's going to be the same on every screen, and I find it very convenient. Then I went ahead, because I don't like pressing this home button, as I told you, I went ahead and put a default action right there. So it'll always bring me right to my home screen. I've got little icons in each one of these folders, and I can see what everyone is. I don't know how it's coming across there, but they're very clear. I can see I have my phone, my husband, messaging, my assistant, which I'm going to show you her. She's pretty cool. Let's see if she'll do something this morning. Open quadrant standard. So that's pretty helpful. She does a lot of things. And then, so I also have this in case I missed any apps in here. Those are the ones I use the most. Like I put all my camera stuff in there. Got my camera, my gallery. Whoops, too quick. You see my messy room. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, and so if I've missed any apps, I've got them in here in my Circle launcher. So that's another way to get to them, and that's free on the market, and it's a great app. Very nice if you don't like to have a lot of icons all over the place. And then I went ahead and I added my picture frames to my desktop, and the way that you do that is really easy. You just, let me go to you would go here and you would just go to widgets, and you pick picture frame. That's on board, it's there. I didn't download it from the market, picture frame. And then you can just add one album or two, however many picture frames you want. On this screen, I have just one, and I've got it like where that's just a picture in the background, and it changes every, I think, 5 seconds. I have some really nice pictures on there. And then on here, I've got like my cats or whatever. And by the way, here, this microphone is pretty cool too. I don't know if you're too familiar with it. Set timer for 30 minutes.
Setting alarm.
Alarm is set for 29 minutes from now. So that's really convenient if you need a quick timer and you don't want to have to go through all the settings. You just hit the speak button and you're there. So I have a radio, my Twitter, and you know, that's pretty much it. Okay, for that. Now, let's see. This is a cute little feature which a lot of people know, a lot of people don't. If you're showing somebody your phone and you want to show them it's running Jelly Bean, there you go, it shows it. So that's kind of cute. Okay. And let's see. Also in the gallery, they've made some really great improvements. For starters, say you want to, let's go back one, go to the film. Okay, so my bad. As soon as you hit one, then it's going to go to like a film strip. So now, as you start selecting pictures, whoops, you have to hit select item. As you start selecting pictures, it keeps a counter. So I don't know if you could see it, but up in the corner there, it's saying 3, then 4, and as you go, 5. So that's kind of nice because sometimes it's hard to keep track of how many you've selected. Another great thing about it is, let's say we wanted to write on the back of this photo. Whoops. You have to go to open it, and then you go to menu, and you go add photo note. And then it turns it around, and you can just write girl or whatever, and then done. And then when you look in your film strip, you're going to see a little pen, and that shows you that there's writing on it. And to see what's on it, you just hit the corner and there you go. You can see girl. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, cancel. Alright, and now there's also, they put the paper artist right on board. So for instance, say we wanted to view this in paper artist. Let's see. I'm going to say edit, but I know that's wrong. Oh, there it is. Okay, so paper artist. So that's an onboard filtering program. So like, look, you could see all the different filters. And some of them are really cool. That's a great, great, great editing tool. So that's for a paper artist. And let's see if there's anything else in the gallery now. Okay. Here, I had to download a whole keyboard because I didn't realize that the onboard keyboard, that doesn't show a microphone. So I thought I didn't have one because, as you can see, there's menu buttons and there's a little cog icon. And if you hold it, when I got the keyboard, when I got the keyboard, that was there. But if you hold it, it'll appear and then you can put a microphone. Now look how great, pause. Look how great I mean, I don't know if you'll ever type again after you use this microphone. Hold on, let's get rid of that. I'm going to start over. So say you want to leave a message, start typing a message. And the great thing is that you can pause it. You can correct the message within the message. It's awesome. So here we're going to go. Hi, this is just a quick message to demonstrate how easily you can use a microphone. Okay, see, so it got every single word. So now if we wanted to change it from microphone to keyboard, within the message, you can type keyboard, or even you can swipe it if you have your swipe key enabled, which I do, keyboard, and then you can go back to microphone, and it's very easy, and you can switch between microphone and typing. So that is awesome. Let's see what else. Go back to the home screen. Also, you can use, if you want to take a screen capture, like say you're on the internet and you're looking at something and you're like, oh, I want to get this. Let's just get you to a page real quick. Okay, why have I got no keyboard? Okay. So we'll go here and I'm like, oh, I want to send this to my friend. Just like that. And there it is. It took a screenshot. It saved it to the photo gallery. So we're going to go and look at it. And it's in screenshots. And there it is. That's what we just took. Sears official site. So pretty cool. Another really good thing is, I don't know if you've ever used direct dial, but when you're in your contacts, if you want to put a contact on your desktop so that you can direct dial if you need that person in a hurry, now you have the option to do it while you're in the contact list. So if you scroll to the bottom, it'll say add shortcut to home. So you go ahead and you add that to home. And now what's really nice is instead of it being, see, it crashed again. Instead of it being just a direct dial where if you touch it, it's going to start calling him, you touch it and you have a little widget and it'll let you call or message, or I don't know what that does. I guess it lets you change, I don't know. But, you know, so it doesn't immediately call the person, but it's very handy. So I like that. Let's see. Another cool thing is, and I'm not 100% sure how to use this because I'm not too familiar with the calendar. I have no life, but in the S Planner, it's kind of neat because if you did need a calendar and you wanted to go back, say, a year or ahead a year or whatever, all you have to do to get to a year view or a daily is you just hit that little arrow up there and then pick a year, and then you can just scroll through all the different years or scroll ahead. Or if you wanted to see it month to month or day view, you can do that so easily. And then it also has in your settings, like if you do set different events or what have you, and then it notifies you that an event is coming. I'm not 100% sure how you would email everybody, but it has immediate responses that if you were to get a notification and you want to go ahead and just, you know, shoot out an email that says I'm just running a couple minutes late, or you can edit it, you could change it to type anything you want. So that's kind of cool. And let's see. Another thing is I'm currently using I'm trying not to change too many things just because I know how unstable things can get, and I don't want to take a chance on ruining the speed or anything. Lastly, well, two things. I want to show you on a phone call, when you get a phone call coming in, I'm going to show you how you can answer and reject without using the screen. You can use the buttons. Pretty neat. So I'm going to call me. And you can try calling that number if you want to reach me, but I don't think it's the right number and I won't answer anyway. So watch this. I hit this button here and I'm now talking. I'm done. I just hit that button on the side. So the way that you enable those two features is to go into Settings and Accessibility and Answer Ending Calls. You just hit it and you check Answer key with the home button, power key ends the calls. So that's really nice if you don't want to jack with the screen or you're talking, or I'm going to say driving, but you shouldn't be, but you can just with that button shut everything. So that's kind of neat. And lastly, what I wanted to show y'all was my gesture launcher, and that is a really great launcher. If you have all your icons and you know where everything is, you probably don't really need gestures, but it's a nice launcher. You just download it from the market, and here it is, gesture launcher. Say I want to, let me just see what my gestures are because I haven't used this in so long. Let's see what we got. Okay, so for instance, say I don't want to look through my icons, I want to just launch quadrant standard, and I know that I've set that up as a queue. So I would just hit my gesture launcher and I would go queue. And there it is, it opens it up. Say I want to go to the internet really quick, I just go to my gesture launcher and I go, I want to say, whoops, that's not, it's not going to know. I go up and I think that's the internet. Yeah. So that launcher is really nice. Now, Samsung has an onboard launcher within the S Pen settings, but it's just for certain things, and believe you me, you cannot launch it as quick as this, and this will let you do every application on the phone. So for instance, go to Gesture Launcher. This will allow you to use the gesture, but if you hit Menu and Gesture Setup, then you get to the part where you can add the gesture. So for instance, let's say we want to do the phone. So we go Menu, Add Gesture, and for phone we'll do a P, okay? You drop that window down and you find the phone right here. And now the phone, well, I should have done the phone first, is a P. And you hit Save like that. And now there's a P for phone. So if you are at your menu and you have a shortcut for gesture, you just go P and there's the phone. So that is a really nice launcher. It doesn't, you know, it just sits there and it just waits for gestures. So that's pretty nice. So that's about it for now. If I come up with any more tips or whatever, I will add them. But just so you know, this phone is so awesome. And I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but the design of this phone, it's such a small amount different than the Note 1, but it's so much easier to hold. Every time I used to hold the Note 1, I just felt like it was too wide. And they've only done like a smidge thinner, but it just fits in hand better. It's better all the way around. And I mean, I just love this phone so much. I can't say enough nice things about it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye now. Hey y'all, I'm back. I thought of a couple more things that I had wanted to add, so I might add this onto the other video or make it a part 2. But anyway, what y'all are looking at is my phone. I skinned it, if you can believe it, because I'm nuts. But I really didn't like that white skin that I had on the back because it was only, you know, partial. And I had this laying around the house, and I thought, I mean, look at that. I can make like a million skins for $5. And I was like, well, let me try it. And I have to say, it really did come out good. I just put a piece on the back and then I took a blade and went like that. I did put the holes in it because, like I said, it gives it such great grip. See there, such good grip. Doesn't slide. And then with my pinstriping, I know I can never, I'm such a ham, I can never not take a minute to show you the white pinstriping because I think it just really makes the phone look thinner and sleeker, and I love it. But anyway, a couple of the things that I wanted to tell y'all about. Give me a second here. Okay, was, you know, I'm on Straight Talk, and I didn't mention that previously. Give me a second. I didn't mention that previously, but really, y'all need to know that Straight Talk uses AT&T's towers. A lot of people think it's like Cricket, where it uses its own, or it uses Sprint, Clearwater, or Clear Channel, or Clear something, Clear Wire. But it doesn't. It uses AT&T's. Now, it doesn't use their LTE, so I'm only getting maybe 3 to 5 megabytes down, but I'm talking about consistently. And I never have a problem. Been on it for 5 months. What I do is I've got 3G Watchdog set in my notifications. I've got it set for 100 megabytes a day. You would just go into settings and you would set 100 megabytes per day. And I have it to warn me over 75% and also to shut off. So there's no chance that I'll accidentally download some big file when I don't realize it, and boom, Straight Talk cuts me off. I love having it because it, like I said, never fails me. My bill is $45 a month. With tax is $49 and change. I have it set on a credit card, and I never think about my bill. I never worry about my data because really, I mean, I use my data freely. Whenever I'm out and about, I always go sign on, Google this, Google that. I look at web pages. I do my Instagram, my messaging, my Gmail, whatever. And I never go over even 30 or 40 megabytes a day. And that's on a heavy usage. I mean, it's really, I can't say enough good things about Straight Talk. Now, I'll give you a quick example how quick it renders. Let's say we're going to go to Sears. Boom, pretty quick. And then we go here, find a store. And that's pretty good speed. Let's see, we're just for friends. We're going to put in our zip code. And go. There you go. You can't really ask for quicker than that. At least I can't. I mean, if you like to download videos and stream music when you're not on Wi-Fi, then this definitely will not work for you. But if you just have the, light to moderate usage every day, this is perfect. So I did want to show you how I was saying that the Google has some kind of a wheel. That's how you do it. You kind of got to go from left to right, and then you can kind of scroll on it. And it has, if you want to use the stock browser, I do not, then that would work fine. For me, I already downloaded Dolphin Browser because I just love every single thing about it. I'm going to show y'all a couple of tips with Dolphin Browser. As soon as you open it up, you're going to see, as soon as you download it from Google Play, not Market, it's not called that anymore. I'm just kidding. You get a little dolphin there, and you can automatically start with a gesture. Say you hit a G, then you can go right to Google because that's a preset gesture. If, say, you were on a web page, like for instance, Android Central, it can get pretty long when you go to scroll through all the way to the bottom. So, give you an example, you're going and going, it's like taking forever. You just go to your little dolphin and hit, well, in this case, hit top. It brings you to the top of the page, but it even would work if you want to go to the bottom of the page. And it's very intuitive. Also, you can do, like if you want to set your own gestures, you go into settings. There's a lot of presets you can set for any website. See, that's for Facebook. It's very convenient. I love Dolphin Browser. Now, these gestures are different than the gestures that I had showed y'all in that gesture launcher because that does not work in the internet. So if you're using that one, you would then do similar ones for this, and that way you get to know them by heart. Okay, so let's exit out of here. Okay, Wanted to also show you that multitasking tab. I know I mentioned that if you hold your finger on the back button, the tab disappears. If you hold your finger on the back button, you'll bring it back up. But I did want to just show you real quick some of the apps that are in there. There's about 15 of them, and the way that it works, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's pretty simple. You just hold it down and then drag it here. And there's your full page because you're only running one. But then, like, if you're going to bring the gallery, you bring it there and it opens the gallery. Then if you want to bring a third one, because I tried it thinking, oh, maybe it does a third, but it doesn't. Then what you would do is you would go, let's say we wanted Twitter. It's going to take away the last one that you did and replace it. So that's okay. Also wanted to mention to y'all this app that I found. I was watching XDA. And it had photo text, and what that does is transcribes images in a photo to text. And here's the way that that works. Now that's available through Samsung apps, not on Google Play. And you just make yourself a little account, and then you would go to Photo Reader. And the way that works, like I said, I'm not too familiar with the app, but I think I can muddle through it just to show y'all this. Let's say we wanted to, okay, all right, so say we wanted those words transcribed into text, so we could hold it still. You capture it, then it scans it to see if there's any websites. I don't know what it does if it finds them, because I haven't done that yet. And you go to crop and say you just want that part of it. Okay, so then you go there to the text and it's going to transcribe it. And there it is. And then you could just share it. You can put it in a message or Gmail or what have you. So that's a pretty cool app. I can't really think off the top of my head what you would use it for, but I know something useful when I see it. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to show y'all was call reject. Now, I don't know how many of y'all notice that every time you get a call coming in, and it's true on most Samsung phones, you see it say reject with message. And I don't know if you've ever used that, but it's such a useful feature. And I'm going to show you why. Now, for starters, you can just use the message that's there, but we're going to change it, the auto reject message. And we're going to change it to 1. You go into call settings and menu. And we're going to go and change it to a message. I've already done that. I made it a message that's pretty convincing because, you know, most people, they'll call you and you're talking to your boss and they wait a second, and what do they do if you don't answer? They call right back. So it's nice to have a message that lets them know that you got their message. Anyhow, so I'm going to show y'all how it works. I'm going to call myself here and I'm going to reject it. So you do that and you don't do anything else until you hear it stop. And then you do create new message.
Your call has been
and that's when
automatic voice message system.
You can either, just delete this right here. You just hit the keyboard and then you can just hold the back button and get rid of the one that's there. And then you can just do a personalized one if you want. You hit the mic. Hey, I'm in the middle of something right now, Joe. I'll call you as soon as I free up. Okay, so, and then you hit send. So that's really cool. Most people don't have the time to sit there and make a message. So really, I suggest that you have a message that just kind of, gives you like 10 minutes for the person to stop hounding you. Because really, when people call you, and you're on a mobile phone, so they'll try you, and then they'll try you again in 30 seconds because they think maybe you're in a dead spot, which is a good idea. But when you're sitting there talking to somebody and your phone keeps ringing, it's pretty annoying. So I like that auto reject message. Another thing I wanted to mention is the battery life on this phone is just insane. I mean, I don't have an LTE radio in it, so I'm of course getting way better battery life than somebody that does, but I don't need LTE with straight talk. My speeds are more than sufficient, and I gotta tell you, I haven't plugged this in since yesterday morning or maybe even the night before. And I'm still at 53%. And when I tell you I never put this phone down, I turn it on a million times a day. I'm always touching it. I can't get over the battery life. Let's see. I have the one last thing I wanted to share. Two things actually. I know somebody had said that I didn't mention the S Pen, which is the best feature about this phone, but I kind of have to disagree. I think the S Pen is the cherry on top. But the best thing is everything. There are so many wonderful features. Now, the S Pen is cool because if you needed to sign something, the S Pen is so precise. It can actually copy your, you can write out your signature. So it's very, very functional. But, like for instance, sometimes you just don't always feel like pulling out a pen. So what you could do, this is what I do. I know all through the day, little thoughts will jump in my head, and I just always like to scratch them, write them down. So what I've done is I've gone to S Note, and I made just a scratch pad note within S Note, and I saved that to my desktop. And the way I did that was you go into S Note, and you just hold one of the notes that you made, and you set it as a shortcut. And you can, change the name, like we'll call it Scratch Pad 2, say. Scratch pad. I don't know why I'm not swiping. I've got my swipe key enabled in my Samsung keyboard. But okay, so Scratch Pad 2. And now on the desktop, I always crash whenever I save that app. I'm not sure why. But anyway, so now I've got Scratch Pad 2. But I already have one in there, so I don't need this one. But I just wanted to show you how easy it was to do it. So now, every time I need to say something really quick to myself, a reminder, I just hit Scratch Pad, and then I would just hit Edit and the keyboard. And then I'll just say, don't forget to take the chicken out and put it on the counter when you get home, or you'll have nothing to eat for dinner. See? Word for word. And then you just hit the back button, and it saves it automatically. It saves it automatically. So that's a really handy feature for when you just want to remember things. I mean, you could type it, you could take the S Pen out, or you can speak it. So that's pretty great. I'll tell you is the volume on this phone is insane. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find something. I don't know. I don't think I have any music because I'm such a dweeb. But let's see if there's any music on here. I think I just have. Okay, here. Listen to how loud it gets. So that's pretty good volume there. So I think that's pretty much it for now. I think I'm going to add this video to the other one. So like I said, if y'all liked it, if it helped y'all out, give me a thumbs up. I hope you get the phone and love it every bit as much as I do. And thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.